Good afternoon, our presenter and participants. Welcome to the Virtual Viet TESOL International Convention 2021. On behalf of the organizing committee, we would like to thank you so much for your participation and contribution to our annual convention success. We are Nam Phương from Hanoi National University of Education and Tu Trang from Vinh University. And will we be the presentation's moderators today? We are delighted to see all of you in light of virtual presence today, especially in this live workshop. We do hope that all of you will be able to have some valuable knowledge and experience as takeaways following the talk. Before the presentation, there are a few considerations. In case you have any questions, please feel free to ask in Q&A section.
So may I start now?
You can start now.
Okay, thank you. So good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. So it's the weekend, so I think everyone is resting at home. So may I know if you have any plan for the weekend, everyone? Can you tell me a little bit about it in the Zoom chat? Yes. Can you tell me about your weekend plan? Me, I'm gonna go to the mall for grocery shopping tomorrow. So how about all of you? Can you type in the Zoom chat? Yes. Okay, so hello Sumani, hello Vichata, hello Thành Yun. Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Yes. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. It's such an honor for me to be here and present you a topic about delivering language lessons online for grammar and vocabulary. So my name is Socheata Phal, and I'm currently a teacher of English from the Australian Centre for Education from IDP Cambodia. So this is my first time presenting in the Viet TESOL International Convention. So I believe that we can share and we can learn from one another throughout the session. Okay, so everybody, are you ready to get started? Okay. Oh, thank you, Sumani. You don't have any plan. Okay, that's nice. But you got the training is also fun, yes. Okay, so I believe without further delay, we may start the sessions now. So, okay, so the first things about this topic is that as you know, during the pandemic, delivering online lesson has become a actually stressful, and sometimes the teachers find it a little bit anxious about it as well, because it's new to everybody. So I hope that from my experience throughout the pandemic for almost 2 years from teaching online might be something that I can share with you all here. So first, I would like to introduce you to one scenario here, everybody. So I would like you to think and to type your top tip for teaching vocabulary or grammar in the Zoom chat for me. Please do not click your answers click send yet, I would like you to think about your top tip, like, how you teach vocabulary and how you teach grammar. So please type your answer in the Zoom chat box. All right, so let's say I'm giving you 1 minute, everyone. So, yep, let's get started. 1 minute. Okay. 1 minute now, yes. Okay, let's go. So, top tip for teaching vocabulary or grammar, everyone. I'm waiting to hear from you in the Zoom chat box. Okay. So I believe I don't see anyone type in the Zoom chat here. So, okay. So I got 1, 2, all right. Oh, gamification. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, Hunli said short, simple, and sharp. Wow, this is like a 3S. SSS. Short, simple, and sharp. That's nice. All right, so today I'm going to move forward to the content, what we are going to discuss for today's session. So the first one is staging an online lesson. So specifically for grammar and vocabulary lesson. And the second one is keeping students involved and engaged during online session as well. And the third one, options for presenting language. Let's say if we are using Zoom, for example. So what are the options when we want to deliver our language? And the last one is online resources for language practices. So what are the popular online resources that teachers normally use in their language class online? All right, so first, let's get into this first. So I would like your idea a little bit about how do you stage your online lesson. So can anyone here share with me in the Zoom chat, everybody? So how do you stage your online lesson? Is it the same as physical class or is it different, everybody? Can you share me a little bit? Okay. So how do you stage your online language lesson? Okay. Don't worry, everyone. Just type whatever you want. Share, yes. I hope we can learn from each other after this session. Okay. Okay, he said warm up, small talk. Oh, that's nice. Introduce the topic. Present, discuss, breakout rooms to practice. Oh, this is a nice one. PPP, present, practice, and production. All right, that's amazing. Follow steps like physical class. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, maybe it's not really differ, right? It's like it's not really different from the physical class. All right. Any other answers? So I think I have got a few answers from our teachers here. Yeah, I think all of these really work well in our classroom. I mean, in our online classroom. We follow this in order to achieve our students' learning outcome. So now let's get into this all together, everybody. So the first things I would like to introduce about staging a language lesson online is to remind everyone that even though we are conducting an online class, you know, the stage of the language is still the same. So we can follow the test, teach, test, or presentation, practice, or productions, or engage, study, and activate depending on your lesson. So generally, just like your answer that you have shared with me here in the Zoom chat, it's the same thing. So we can just follow you know, the physical class staging lesson, language lessons. And then I think you can also deliver a good online lesson as well. However, there are some things that we need to be careful with. It's about how you set the context. So whenever we start staging the language lesson, we supposed to set the context. So for example, like if you are supposed to teach the vocabulary sessions, for example, the vocabulary that you are presenting is gonna be about things in your room. So if you mention about things in your room, I believe that we cannot just, you know, like get into the lesson right away and then tell the student, oh, this one is actually a chair, a table, a bedroom. So I don't think this will work well with our student. So instead of doing that, we should set the context first by asking them a few questions before we get into the main lesson. So we may ask them, what do you see in your room? So they might say, oh, teacher, I can see a light, a lamp, or, oh, teacher, I can see the ceiling in my room, for example. So these also help you, you know, like boost the engagement in your online classroom as well. Similar things to grammar. Sometimes we ignore that we can just, you know, teach student grammar by teaching. Like some teacher, they might use the traditional approach, something like that. However, during the online class, it's really important to set the context first, to ask them a few questions first, like a lead in or warm up in order to get them into the grammar points that they are going to learn for the lesson. So let's say they are learning about present continuous. So basically the teacher can start asking them a few questions, maybe, oh, what are you doing now? So if the students, they are like listening, they are sitting, they might say, oh, right now I'm listening to you. Right now I'm sitting down looking at the laptop, for example. So this is how we interact with the student and it's a good chance for them to try to, you know, to get into the language that you are going to deliver for the session as well. All right. And another point is about the practice in online class. So basically, during the physical class, the teacher can just hand them some handouts or documents, and then they can start working on the exercise or practices. However, during the online class, I would recommend that we should use some of the online resources, online materials. For example, like Quizzy, it's more like the educational games that you can set up by your own, or you can just search in the applications and then let the student work on the exercise. The student will find it very challenging as well while they are doing the practice using the, you know, like interacting application. Okay, so that is it for staging the lesson language online for online class. So now I'm gonna move on to the second part. So the next one here is, how do you keep students involved and engaged in online class? This is very broad I mean, the broad questions here, but I hope that I really would like you to discuss with your team here. I would like to put you into the breakout room for a few minutes, and I would like your ideas a little bit, and I would like you to discuss with the teachers from different, areas. So I hope that you can come up with a lot of interesting ideas about how to involve and engage students. So I guess we can get started now. Okay. Moderator, can you help me put student into the breakout room? Okay. I can put it. I can
Yeah,
put it.
you can do it.
I'm sorry. Okay, so we got 5. So everybody, I hope that you discuss with your team members, let's say the other teacher, to answer only one question. How do you keep students involved and engaged in your online class? So you will have exactly 5 minutes so to discuss about all of this. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, everyone, I hope to see you in the breakout room discussing with your members. Okay, so I'm gonna get into the room a little bit. Welcome back, everyone. So I went to the breakout room to check with the team. So I could see that you have been discussing and sharing a lot of interesting ideas. That's really nice to hear from you. Now I would like to have one participant here, one teacher here to share a little bit. Can I have Green Hoi, can I have you share a little bit? I think you can unmute and share us a little bit about how to get student engaged.
Okay, so hello everyone, and teacher here, and especially the speaker and yes, the field talk. And I would like to share about what I mentioned, how do you keep student involved and engagement. So as I mentioned, you have to get student involved. The student they are learning online, so we are teacher or educator, so we need to focus to the writing, especially because when the teacher need to write and collect the word, or especially grammar structure. So and then teacher need to write. When teacher writes, student will ask the teacher, and especially they want to learn. Keep them motivate what the teacher want them to learn.
That's really interesting. Thank you so much for sharing us.
Yes.
Right. So can I have one female teacher here? Can I have Watsana Bongzilla? Can I have you share us a little bit?
Oh, yes, for sure. As my experience teachings online, with keeping students more engaged in online teaching in my classroom, I practice the activity, assign them with the activity. For example, like using breakout rooms, and then set up the topic for them to discuss like you do. Like you are doing now. And then I try to pop into the class, and then share with them or ask them for a little bit, and then move to another class. This kind of technique is quite effective enough for me too. If we set up interesting topic for them, it would be very good and very motivated students to engage inside the classroom. That's it.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much. This is very informative. So from what I'm going to show you is going to be something you've been discussing here and share with us here. So now let's get to see this all together, everyone. So based on my experience, I believe that the first things is to think about illustration. So it's better for the teacher to elicit rather than explain the student in the online class. So for example, like if you teach them grammar point, for example, maybe it's really good to get them into the group together, put them into the breakout room, but remember to limit the number of students in the breakout room so that they get enough chance to explore about the grammar, and then get the student to explain us the grammar rather than us explain them all of the things. So maybe we can just elicit a little bit, and then they will be good to go for the grammar. All right. And also build in thinking time, because there will be times that the student become very, very silent. But I would like you to think that maybe their internet connection is not working properly. Sometimes it's raining, sometimes, the Wi-Fi is not, is lacking. So it's really important that we keep ourselves patient enough during the online class. And also, we can also set the time limit for the activity that we let them do. For example, like say, we assign them to work on a practice maybe you sharing them the screen, and then the practice is supposed to be like 5 to 10 minutes. So please, I think it's better to share them the time that they have or they get to do the work so that they're getting ready. Because if we don't show them the time, they will not know when to finish and how long they have, how much time they have for the work that they're going to do as well. And the next one is vary the techniques. So as we teach online, I believe that we all stick to the, you know, like TTT, PPP, like practice, you know, productions, you know, something like that. But always use the functions that the online tools offer to us. So let's say we are teaching online using Zoom. So it's really nice to get the student type in the chat and then you wait for them to respond. Try to give them some time, maybe 1 or 2 minutes to think of the answers, and then ask them to involve with you by typing the answer down in the chat. And also, you can ask them to answer yes or no when you ask them the CCQ questions. Maybe you ask them like something like, do you like apples or banana, for example? So is a apple or banana? So, or maybe like, is it young or old? So do you go to school or not, for example? So sometimes with the CCQ, with the yes, no, or with the, you know, true, false, you can also use the icon that they provide us in the online tools, especially like Zoom here. I think everyone can raise hand, everyone can say, good job, don't like it, okay, something like that. So try to use the functions in the Zoom or in the other online tools. Also allow the students to call out the answer. So it's really amazing if we can let them like share the answer instead of us showing them the answer on the screen all of the time. So let's say they have finished their practice and they have compared the answer with their friends. So maybe when they come back, they can share with us. So you can select the student to answer to some of the practice exercise. So this is also a good chance for you to remember your student's name as well as to get them engaged with you as well. And the last one is nominate students to answer. Everyone, this part is really, really interesting. According to my experience, I believe that when I assign students to work on some tasks, like when they have a interview questions, or when they have, let's say, 3 questions to discuss with their friends in the breakout room, it's really amazing if we can nominate one student to be the team leader. So when you nominate that student to be the team leader, you can tell them the responsibility that they have to do. Maybe they're gonna report, or maybe they are going to note down some information so that when they come back, they can share and they can share the whole class about their answer. So from my experience, I believe that whenever I assign the student and nominate the student to be the team leader, the group always tend to be very, very active because the team leader make other students speak in the class rather than just stay silent. Okay, so I guess these are some of the tips maybe to get students involved and engaged. And I believe that everyone might have experienced all of these as well during your online class. So now the most important parts here, everyone. Here we go. I will move on to the third one, which is presenting language online. So how are we going to present the language online? How are we going to present our grammar? How are we going to present our vocabulary lesson? So now my question is, which do you use the most often while presenting language online? So I have 4 choices here for you. The first one is virtual whiteboard. The second one is physical whiteboard. And the third one is Google Slides and other choices. So can you share with me a little bit about how you present your language online? Can you type in the, can you vote in the Zoom chat box, please? Whether it's number 1, number 2, or number 3. Okay. Oh, yes. Yep. Please write number 1, 2, or 3. Oh, thank you so much, Nguyen and Tran. You share us a very nice one about how to get student engaged and involved. Yes, that's really insightful. Yeah. Okay, so I believe most of us here are sharing with number 3. I think number 3 is the most popular one, I guess. Okay. Okay, so a lot of teachers here vote for number 3. Yes, if it were for me, I would vote for number 3 as well when presenting grammar and also vocabulary. However, there are times that I might use virtual whiteboard as well during the class because there are times that we need students might pop up with the questions, so I might use a virtual whiteboard to elicit more about the grammar or vocabulary. Okay, everyone, so we have come to these sections where another discussions will be taking place. So I would like you to discuss with your team member again. I'm going to put you into the room one last time to check with this, everybody. So I would like you to discuss some possible advantages and disadvantages of these options during online class. So what do you think about virtual whiteboard, physical whiteboard, Google Slides, as well as the other options that you may have? So have a look at the possible points for discussions. When you're in the room, maybe you can discuss about which make eliciting easier, which are more time consuming to prepare, and which takes longer in class. Is it a benefit or a drawback? So I would like to share you the file that I will be sharing with you here. So give me a second. Here we go. So, okay. Yes. Yep, this one. So everyone, when I drop you the link, you will be get into similar things like this. So I would like you to work together and type down some of your answer in the link. So all of you can access to the link. Any one of you can access to the link. So I will put you into the room first, and I will paste you the link later on in each room. Okay, to work on this. So I hope everyone knows what you're going to do. So can I have what are you here? What?
Yeah, I'm here, but I
Yes.
don't understand very much, I can't listen. Sorry.
Oh, thank you for letting me know that you cannot listen. Okay, thank you. All right. So how about Kring Hui? Kring Hui, are you here with us?
Yes.
Yes. Can you tell me what are we going to do next?
You are going to, you said that you drop a link, right?
Yes, of course.
And then need to go into the link, and after we go to write the answer that you provide, write possible advantages.
Okay.
Visual whiteboard or physical whiteboard.
Okay, thank you so much. I think you are clear what you are going to do. So without further delay, teacher would like to put you into the room first, and we'll share you the link later on when you are in the breakout room. Okay, so let's get into a few. Maybe I have to recreate the room again. Maybe 4 rooms. I think 3 rooms. Yeah. Okay, 3 rooms is more than enough, I think. Okay, so let's get to it all together. You have 10 minutes to work on this with your team members. Get the link. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, everyone. Hello.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. So I hope you, I hope you had a good discussion with your members, teachers. Yes. All right. So I would like to hear from one of you here. So I guess so wait. Oh, speaker Antoine, are you here?
Yeah, yes, I am.
Yeah. Can you share me a little bit, like we got 4 options here. So which one do you think makes your elicitations easier?
I think that's most of the time when teaching online, I just use the whiteboard and the slide from PowerPoint. And I think the virtual whiteboard is good enough for me to
Oh,
present what I need to do. Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. But which one takes, consume more of the time for you to prepare among these 3 options?
I think that the PowerPoint Google slide, of course, it takes a lot of time to prepare. And I think it's not so flexible for me to use PowerPoint. But
Okay.
if you want to have your class as planned, it is a good choice. But for me, I prefer virtual whiteboard. It is so flexible for me, and it's some kind of interaction between teacher and student, and it is so simple. You can save time.
Right. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
sharing us.
Thank you.
So I think you have been talking with your members about possible advantages and the disadvantages of these functions that we use in the online class. So now let me share you some of these. So first, let's talk about virtual whiteboard. So here are some possible advantages and of virtual whiteboard, and only one disadvantage here, which is the limited formatting options. But I believe that this is actually still, very, I can say it's very practical for us if we want to present the grammar language in the class. However, for vocabulary, I guess when we want to deliver it, I believe that a PowerPoint slide will work better for it. Okay, so next one, about physical whiteboard, referring to the whiteboard in our classroom. So these are some possible advantages and disadvantages. It's easy for us to elicit because we can write whatever we want, and the students are familiar with it as well. And you can do any sort of things. You can draw, you can, just with one marker, you can draw, you can highlight, do whatever you want. However, there are also some possible disadvantages as well. If you use a mini whiteboard in the class, because it's kind of small, student cannot see it during the online class. So yep, that is it for the physical whiteboard. And then PowerPoint and Google Slides. So for me personally, I've been using Google Slides and also PowerPoint slide as well whenever I want to deliver the grammar language lesson as well as the vocabulary language lessons, because when we use the PowerPoint slide, we can add some pictures, animations, which make it more lively and interesting, and students will get more engaged from this as well. They find the slides like easy to look at, and also we can say students are more into pictures. So if we choose the right things, I think that they can learn better as well. And but as you can see here, there are still some disadvantages as well about PowerPoint and Google Slide, because whenever we have to present using this, we need a lot of time to prepare. And I think for one grammar point, we might need to spend an hour or two in order to prepare the slides for the students. Okay, so Now let's get to the last sections of today's presentation. It's about the grammar and vocabulary resources. So may I check with you a little bit? So whenever you teach grammar and vocabulary, what are the possible resources that you use in order to make your online class become, like more interacting? So can you share with me a little bit, everyone? Do you have any possible online resources? Everyone, type your answer in Zoom chat box, please. Flashcard. Oh, nice. Flashcard. Everyone, type down your answer. What are your grammar and vocabulary? Yes. Oh, that's nice. You share with Learning English Kids, the British Council. Oh, I've been using that as well. It's really amazing. Thanks to British Council. Yeah. It's very practical and all of the exercises are really useful for the students. Okay. All right. Okay, so I guess we may move on now. So here, everyone, I would like to share with you some online grammar and vocabulary resources here, according to my experience. So you may see some logos here of the popular one, because here in Cambodia, not only in Cambodia, it's been used across the other countries as well. So these are the popular one that I've been using, and it's really interesting and interacting for students. They become very competitive as well. So you may see that for the games, when you want them to practice grammar and vocabulary, you can use Quizzes, Kahoot or Quizlet. And for the online resources for teaching, you may use Live Worksheet. Live Worksheet has been my favorite website. It's easy to make the worksheet. It's easy to find materials there as well. There are a lot of ready-made materials that you can use for your online class. And also we have some sort of English grammar online, Perfect English Grammar, and Closed Text Creator, and Grammar Gamble. So these are very useful resources that I would like to recommend you to use for your online classes. All right, everybody. So these so many. Yeah, thank you. I think I got one supporter here. Live Worksheet is so useful. Yeah, it's really useful, and you don't need to mark your student work because they mark it. It has been marked like automatically, so it saves a lot of our time. So I think you can explore more about these applications later after the presentations. So everyone, here comes to the end of my presentations here. If you have any questions, I'm so happy to take anything. So please, yes.
Yeah, we would like to share our big thanks for your great presentation. And now we are happy to receive any questions that you may have for our presentation. Please. So if you have any kind of question, you can type in the chat box.
Yes. Is there any questions, everyone?
Maybe we will have about 2 minutes more before another workshop. So if you have any question, please keep it in the chat box. Please give us. Thank you, Mr. Anshan. you are the next speaker for the next workshop. Yeah.
Oh, thankful. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So if all of you don't have any question, thank you very much, Mr. Socheata, and thank you very much for the so fruitful and informative presentation about the online grammar and vocabulary. I'm so fancy about the online resources you provide here. Give us a great choice for our lecture and other activities in classroom. And so please, may we have the group photo here now?
Oh, we can have a group photo here.
Yeah, because we have time, 1 minute more, so please.
Okay, yeah. So sorry. So guys, you can turn on your camera so and leave us